When my teenage daughter Lily entered rehab, my world shattered into a million sharp, glittering pieces of fear. The only person who understood the precise shape of every shard was her counselor, Ethan. We'd meet after her sessions to debrief. A professional courtesy, he called it. A lifeline, I called it. Lily's addiction was a thief. It stole my vibrant guitar-playing girl and left behind a ghost who screamed at me in a voice I didn't recognize. It stole my marriage. My husband, Mark, retreated into a cave of blame and work emails, unable to look at the family failure he thought we'd become. But Ethan looked. He listened. In a sterile coffee shop booth, he became the container for my tsunami of guilt. Did I work too much? Was I too strict? Too lenient? No one had ever absolved me before. My husband certainly hadn't. In Ethan's calm, reasoned presence, the chaotic storm in my head would still to a drizzle. He gave me language for the terror. Gave me homework. Write 3 things you did right today. He gave me care. The debriefs became the anchor of my week. Then they became the highlight. I'd find myself rehearsing things to tell him, polishing my pain into anecdotes just to see the understanding nod. The soft, "That sounds incredibly hard." One rainy Tuesday, after a particularly brutal family session where Lily blamed me for everything, I broke down in the parking lot, sobbing, gasping against my steering wheel. My phone buzzed. He'd waited. He made me tea in his office, a small, kind breach of protocol. The space was safe, smelled of books and sandalwood. He didn't speak, just handed me a tissue. In the profound quiet, the nature of our connection silently, irrevocably shifted. He was no longer just Lily's counselor. He was my sanctuary. The first text I sent him that wasn't about Lily was a photo of a ridiculous sunrise. Captioned proof the world still turns. He replied, "It turns more beautifully knowing you're looking at it." It was the spark. The professional boundary dissolved into ash. Our texts became a secret world. We shared music's sad, folksy songs that spoke of lonely roads. We shared memories. I told him about the Lily who built fairy houses. He told me about his own divorce, his loneliness in a helping profession that demanded he have no needs. I was starved for connection. He offered a 5-course meal of empathy. I fell into it. I fell into him, not with the reckless passion of an affair, but with the devastating gravity of a soul finally feeling tethered after years adrift. The guilt was astronomical. I was betraying my daughter's therapeutic space. I was emotionally abandoning my husband in his own grief. But Ethan's words were a balm. I was too addicted to refuse. "Our connection is separate," he'd murmur. "It doesn't take from her recovery. Supports the supporter." I wanted to believe him. I needed to. Then, a miracle. Lily began to heal. Color returned to her cheeks. She called me mom again. "Not you, bitch." She graduated the intensive program. Last month, she came home, clean, my beautiful girl, back from the brink. The night of her homecoming, I cried in Ethan's arms, not in his office, but in his apartment. A boundary vaporized. It was the first and only time we crossed that physical line. It felt less like passion and more like a desperate, silent sacrament. A goodbye to the trauma bond that had created us. He held my face and said, "You are so strong. You did this." I believed him. I also knew with a sinking heart that with Lily's recovery, our secret reason for being would fade. The thought was a profound grief. Yesterday, Lily was making a smoothie. She was glowing in a way that had nothing to do with sobriety. It was a new, giddy light. My heart, so accustomed to fear, squeezed. "That's wonderful, baby. Who is he?" She scrolled on her phone, beaming, and turned it to me. "His name's Ethan. He was my counselor. Isn't that wild?" He says our connection transcended the therapist-client dynamic. The photo, the kind, knowing eyes. The slight smile I'd seen aimed only at me. Ethan, the smoothie machine, whirred like a scream. The kitchen tiles rushed up to meet me. I gripped the counter. Every word was a nail. Transcended the dynamic. An old soul. talking for a while. The texts, the music, the secret language. Had he been curating the same intimacy with my daughter? Using the same lines? My comfort, my sanctuary, was a script, okay? And he was performing it for both of us. Mom, you're white as a sheet. It's just a shock, I stammered. The ethics. He was your counselor. She waved a hand, a gesture so like her old defiant self. It's fine. It's love. It's helping me see myself in a whole new way. He's helping me see myself. My own words echoed back to me from my daughter's mouth. The same mirror held up for two different women. A predator hiding behind a degree and a box of tissues. The suspense in that moment wasn't about being caught. It was about the horrifying realization of what had been caught. Me. I was caught in a web of my own making, and my daughter was walking blindly into the same strands. I had to tell her. I had to destroy her newfound happiness and reveal myself as a betrayed and betraying hypocrite. Or I had to stay silent and let her walk into the arms of a manipulator, knowing I'd pave the way with my own vulnerability. This is where the echoes of our choices find us. Where a secret kept to spare pain becomes a weapon that wounds twice. Where the line between healer and predator blurs in the most intimate shadows. Welcome to Light After Dark. We descend into the chaos not to glorify it, but to map it. To understand how good people fracture, and how the very hands that promise to put us back together can be the ones that break us most completely. If you are drawn to stories where morality is a maze and the heart has no easy exits, you belong here. Subscribe, tap the bell. The most necessary truths are often waiting in the darkest, most silent rooms. I confronted him. A cold, quiet phone call. His therapeutic calm didn't falter. He was reframing my trauma, my betrayal, as my pathology. The ultimate gaslight from a master. I haven't told Lily. Not yet. The weight of this secret is a cancer. I watch her text him, a smile on her face, and I see my own face from months ago, lit by that same blue glow, believing in that same attentive fiction. I look at my husband, Mark, who is finally trying to reconnect with the daughter he almost lost, and I see a man living in a house of cards I built. If I speak, I destroy Lily's sobriety, her trust, and any last shred of my marriage. I am the guardian of a truth that will detonate my family. And the man who lit the fuse is out there playing the hero, waiting to catch whichever one of us falls into his arms next. The therapy was supposed to make us well. Instead, it made me a secret keeper and my daughter the next target. The healing was the disease all along.